Please feel free to join us.
Bow, please. Father in heaven, we thank you for this day, Lord, and your grace, and your greatness, and your goodness, and your everlasting love. We pray for our decisions tonight, Lord, that you
Please feel free to join us.
in the right direction and bless those decisions in Christ's name. Amen. Bow, please.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Miss Hurd is standing in for Mr. Garrett tonight, so Miss Hurd, would you please call order? Call the roll. I'm struggling tonight.
Mr. Hawkins?
Here.
Mr. Grimes?
Here.
Miss Mill?
Here.
Mr. Ledbetter?
Miss Hurd is standing in for Mr. Garrett tonight, so Miss Hurd, you're confused. You're confused too? That's okay.
Miss Smith?
I'm struggling.
Mr. Jones? Ms. Iskins?
Here.
Here.
Okay, you should have received copies of the March 26, 2019 City Council minutes. Any corrections, changes, or comments?
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve.
Ms. Smith?
If there's no further discussion, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, you should have received copies of the March 26, 2019 Before we move into our regular council meeting tonight, you notice all the folks in blue back there, men and women in blue.
Ms. Smith?
If there's no further discussion, all in
Chief
favor say
Stradlin.
aye. Any opposed?
Sent me this information. I think it's
Before we move into our regular council meeting tonight, you notice all the folks in blue back there, men and women in blue.
Gentlemen, y'all don't have to. Please feel welcome. Chief Stradlin.
Any opposed?
Sent me this information. I think it's
Folks in blue back there.
Please feel welcome.
How are you? I work with Shirley.
Twice in one day, okay, everything good. I know, man, where you been all my time, man? Your name?
Don't give me
Nice guy. I bet this is not
Hey, John. It does. Well, baby, stay still. It's nice to meet you.
where you been all my time? Nice
Well, baby, stay still. It's nice to meet you.
Not a student, it says citizen. Officer Mullane to the The guardian was unaware of any issues with the officer Mullane to the bedroom where he found the student in the closet confused. There was concern that the student had injected substances himself in an attempt to do harm. Officer Mullane's actions are to be commended for personally following up on the information, finding the student, and giving them the necessary help that they were needed. The actions ultimately saved their life. On March 3rd, opioid overdose, Sergeant Tom Kennedy, Officer Hannah Fleming, Officer Brandon Huff, and Officer Peter Beck were all involved. This incident involved the recognition of the situation, even prior to arriving at the call, that it was likely a drug overdose. Sergeant Kennedy prepared his officers to bring their by pronouncing this, we call them Narcan. What's the technique? Naloxone. All right. Naloxone kills. They found the victim unresponsive and began assessing the situation. Officer Hannah Fleming administered the first dose. Dose? Gosh, I was struggling tonight. And Sergeant Kennedy delivered the second dose after seeing the first dose was not working quickly enough. A short time later, the victim became alert and was revived. Officer Beck assisted in calling out his observations, assisted in assisting the patient, administering sternum rubs. Never had sternum rub delivered the second dose. That's the one thing along with the drugs that bring you out quickly. Officer Beck assisted in calling out his observations, as officers prepared to administer another dose. Officer Huff assisted in all the above as well as properly coaching his rookie officer through the first drug overdose procedure. This is a perfect example of officers working as a team and reacting quickly to a situation that ultimately saved a life. And on March 15th, Officer Austin Claggett responded to a call of an intentional overdose. Upon his arrival, he found the victim was having seizures due to the numerous pills that she had taken. The victim was unresponsive. Officer Claggett, while she continued to check vitals. He was able to administer 1 dose of the Nexol, then again, naloxone to the victim, and she began to become more alert, controlled and responsive. Officer Claggett's actions stopped drug overdose and ultimately saved the man's life. He was able to administer 1 dose. It's a shame that this is such an epidemic in our country to the victim, but she began to become more alert. We're very thankful to our officers, Conway Police Department, for the actions that you've taken. You saved some lives for some folks here in Conway. We applaud you for it. I'm struggling tonight. Jalapenos, I'm struggling tonight. Jalapenos, all right. First up is our standing committees, and we'll start with community development. Mr. Hawkins.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. First item on the agenda is consideration to approve the nomination of Denise Ely Perry to the Conway Corporation Board of Directors. We have been forwarded this nomination from Brett Carroll, the CEO of Conway Corporation, and I move that we accept this nomination. This replaces Dr. Greg Murray, whose term will expire May 8th of this year.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the nomination of Denise Ely Perry to the Conway Corporation Board of Directors. Any further discussion?
This replaces
Ms. Hurd.
Dr.
All in favor, say aye.
Whose term will expire
Any
May
opposed?
8th of this year.
Second.
7-0. Motion. Mr. Hawkins.
Next item, Mr. Mayor, is consideration to remove and dispose of property from inventory for the Transportation Department. And good evening.
Good evening. We'd like to ask you that we be able to dispose the property. You can see most of the items listed there are over 20 years old. They are worn out,
For the
and we would
Transportation
like to sell them
And
with your permission.
So moved. Second.
Okay, a motion and a second to approve the request to dispose of these items. Any discussion? Ms. Hurd.
Items
in favor?
listed there are over 20 years old. They are worn out, and we would like to sell them
Thank you, Jane.
with your permission.
So moved.
Next up, we have, thank you, Mr. Hawkins.
Yes, sir. That's pretty easy. That's pretty easy. 37 seconds.
Next up, we have public services, and first is item is an ordinance appropriating grant funds for the Dave Ward Drive pedestrian overpass for the Parks and Recreation Department. Ms. Price.
Yes, sir.
This is a cleanup ordinance. I brought an ordinance almost identical to this one to you in December. This should be the final one on this $1.1 million federal grant. Transportation Department and Candy Jones worked really hard on this one to see it through to the end. This is a cleanup ordinance. I brought an
Make the motion we waive the three
ordinance almost
readings.
identical to this one to you in
We have a
December.
motion and a
This
second to
should be
waive
the
the three
final
readings.
one
All in
on
favor
this
say aye.
$1.1 million federal grant. Transportation
7-0.
Department and Candy Jones worked really hard on this one to see it
We
through
have
to
a
the
motion and
end.
a second to adopt this ordinance. Any further
Motion we
discussion?
waive the three readings.
Yeah, I just want that one question.
Yes, sir.
I did
Waive
with
the three readings. All in favor say aye.
$1 million federal grant. I don't know that we have a specific date.
We're sometime in May is what Finley told me today. Motion and a second to adopt this ordinance. Any further discussion? Yes, sir.
Come along.
I just want that one question.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to adopt this ordinance. All in favor, oh, I'm sorry. Any further discussion? Ms. Hurd. Sometime in May
The
is what
ordinance
Finley told me today.
01942.
Adopt this ordinance. Any further
Ms. Smith?
Yes. Come along.
Ms. Mel?
Aye.
Mr. Jones?
Yes.
Ms. Isby?
Yes.
All in
Mr.
favor?
Hawkins?
I'm sorry.
Yes.
Mr. Grimes? Mr. Ledbetter?
Yes.
The ordinance 01942.
7-0. Thank you, Jamie.
Ms. Smith?
Drive careful.
Ms. Mel?
Next up, we consider entering into an agreement for city beautification little program with Renewal Ranch. This is something that we've been working on for some time. You know, we started out with the Adopt a Street program, And then we changed a couple of positions in sanitation. Consider entering into an agreement. Those gentlemen and ladies to be able to work a little pickup when they are not on a truck. This is something that. Since then, though, I've been in conversation with James Loy, the director of Renewal Ranch, and they have agreed to give us 4 people for 2 days a week, and their only job will be to pick up litter in Conway. Litter has become a problem in our city, and so we're working on cleaning our city up and picking our litter up, and we're trying to stay on top of the graffiti. About the time we clean up a graffiti area, the artist shows back the next day, and some of it's quite good, but we're trying to stay ahead of that. But litter has become a problem in our city, and so I think this is one way we can get a good grip on it and get ahead of it.
I make a motion we enter into this agreement.
Some of it's quite good. Have a motion and a second to enter in this agreement with Renewal Ranch for a litter program. Has further discussion or comments? So I think this is one way we can
All in
get
favor?
a good grip on it and get ahead of it.
I make a motion we enter into this agreement.
Some of it's quite good. Have a motion and a second to enter in this. Next item will require a public hearing. So at this time, we'll declare the public hearing open. Anyone who would like to speak for or against the establishment of the Conway Municipal Property Owners Multi-Purpose Improvement District Number 13. If you would, when you come to the podium, please give your name and address for the record. So at this time, we'll declare the public hearing open. See you stepping up. Anyone who would like to speak for or against the establishment of the Conway Municipal Property
Brad
Owners,
Lacey, 507 Locust Avenue, Conway, Arkansas.
If you would, when you come to the podium, please give your name and address for the record.
Right there on the corner. So on behalf of the Conway Development Corporation, we would ask for your approval of this. This is sort of step number 2 in the further development of Central Landing. But I think it's important to note that this water and sewer system not only impacts those 200 acres, but it is improving the capacity of the overall sewer system, and so it will benefit property outside of those 200 acres. There is a lack of capacity through that part of the city, so even if some of those additional property owners, say on the north side of 6th Street, had some commercial applications that they wanted to sell to, they couldn't hook up to the existing sewer system and get fire flow that they need. So this impacts capacity of the overall sewer system in that part of the city, and then it completes a water loop through that part of the city as well that hooks to the other side of the interstate. So it is a fairly big project that we are excited to keep going. And then it completes a water loop through that part of the city as well that hooks to the other side.
Waive the 3 readings. All in favor say aye. Any opposed?
Project that we are excited.
Oh, gosh, I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry.
Well,
I'm sorry, I didn't.
let's back up. Let's back up. Waive the 3 readings. All in favor say aye. Any opposed? The public hearing is still open. I'm sorry, my bad. Would anyone like to speak for or against this? I have a question. Mr. Atkinson, I'm sure you can answer this. I know that Bill and Chuck have been working on this. There has been some questions from the public, and I think we need to answer that publicly. Specifically, does this fall to the city of Conway? Will the city of Conway be investing any money in this? The answer is no. This is a procedural matter, if I'm saying that correctly, Chuck. This will fall to the CDC and Conway Corporation. So the city of Conway will not be spending any taxpayer money on this. The city of Conway will not be doing any of the work on this. This is between the Conway Corporation and the CDC. Is that fair, Mr. Clausen? The CDC and Conway Corporation. So the city of Conway will not be spending any taxpayer money on this. The city of Conway will not be doing any of the work on this. This is between the Conway Corporation and the CDC. Is that fair, Mr. Clausen? The CDC and Conway Corporation. So the city of Conway will not be spending any taxpayer money on this. The city of Conway will not be doing any of the work on this. This is between the Conway Corporation and the CDC. Is that fair, Mr. Clausen? The CDC.
And then, but all of that is kind of part of that purchase and sale agreement we signed and gave, I guess, the CDC and the chamber an option to purchase the property we're talking about that the city still owns. So this is just a continuation of their investment into the property purchase and sale agreement we signed. That's fair to say? And gave, I guess, the CDC and the chamber an option to purchase the property we're talking about.
Now, if no one wants to speak, we'll declare this public hearing closed. Now I'll take a motion in a second.
Second, so moved.
We have a motion and a second to adopt this ordinance.
To waive the readings.
We've already done that. We waive the 3 readings, then we, if no one wants to speak, we'll declare this public hearing closed. Chuck, you tell. Now I'll take a motion in a second.
Second. We stopped in the middle of it because the public hearing was so
We need to
long.
go back and waive the 3 readings. Okay, all right, thank you. All right, we have a motion and a second to waive the 3 readings. All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? 7-0.
I make a motion for adoption. We stopped in the middle of
We
it.
have a motion and a second to adopt this ordinance. Any further discussion?
Mr. Mayor, due to the fact that the owner of this property is my wife's employer, I will
All
be
in favor say
abstaining
aye.
from this vote.
Any opposed? 7-0.
I make a motion for adoption.
Any further discussion?
Stopped in the middle
We have
of
a
it.
motion and a second to adopt this
This is
ordinance.
ordinance
Any further discussion?
01943.
Mr. Mayor,
Mr.
due to the
Jones?
fact that the owner of this
Mr.
property
Hawkins?
is my
Yes.
wife's
Ms.
employer,
Mills?
I will be abstaining.
Mr. Ledbetter?
Yes.
Ms. Smith?
Yes.
Ms. Isby?
I make a
Mr.
motion for
Any
Grimes?
further discussion? Mr. Grimes has heard.
This is ordinance 01943.
0 with one abstention.
Mr. Jones?
Yes. The owner of this property
Hawkins?
is my wife's employer.
Ms. Mills?
That's all the business we have tonight. I would like to bring something to your attention. This will be up to the council. If y'all so desire, we can go to 1 month, one meeting per month for the months of May, June, July, and August. Originally, I was not going to include May, but that's going to, one of our meetings is going to fall on Memorial Day weekend, so I thought I would just toss that out there. We can go to 1 month. Any thoughts, concerns? For the months of May, June, July, and August. Originally, I was called
James Ed Smith.
One of our meetings is going to fall on Memorial Day
From
weekend.
1900 and whatever, and James Ed would do this.
And this will give the planning, the folks in the planning office to get with the planning commission, and they can get all their schedules worked out. So, I'll take a motion then.
I moved.
We have a motion and a second to go to 1 meeting per month, May, June, July, and August. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Folks in the planning office to get.
Mr. Mayor, will it be the first, or the second Tuesday
All
or
their
the fourth?
schedules worked out. I'll take a motion then.
When is the May? Memorial Day is the first.
Memorial Day is the last, so
Last
that would be the 25th.
Mayor, will it be the first or the second?
Typically, at our second meeting, don't we handle the plan commission items?
Yeah, so we should probably keep the second one.
Second.
And Memorial Day is the last, so that would be the 25th.
Glad you got back to me quick.
So I may miss the one in
Meeting, don't we handle the
May,
plan
but
commission items?
yeah, so we should probably keep the second one.
Yes, sir, Mr. Ledbetter.
Memorial Day is the last.
Friday the 19th. Next week is Telecommunicators Week.
It is.
I may miss the one
Appreciation of our
in
telecommunicators. We're going to have
Yeah, so we
a
should
hamburger
probably keep
lunch
the
for them
second
next
one.
Friday at 11 o'clock.
Yes, sir, Mr. Ledbetter.
SEOC, and y'all are all welcome to come. Friday the 19th. Next week is Emergency Operations Telecommunicators Week.
It is.
It'll be from 11 to like 1 o'clock. So if y'all want to drop by and
So we
a
should
hamburger lunch for them next Friday. You got a tough job.
And we have to have them, and they do a great job.
Friday the 19th. Next week is Emergency Operations.
Can you have Felicia maybe send us a reminder?
I will.
Like 1 o'clock. So if y'all want to drop by and
If there's no other business,
Friday.
Make a motion.
and we have to have them, and they do a great job.
You will send it, Mark, please. I think it's what day you
If there's no other business.
Yep. Make a motion.
And we have to have them, and they do a great job.
Hey, Bart, you know what? It's Good Friday.